What's good? It's Casper. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about the movie Suicide Squad. Movie Suicide Squad is a 2016 film. It's rated PG-13 and it's 2 hours and 3 minutes. Directed by David Ayer. The director, David Ayer, is really cool that I've seen his director work on The Tax Collector with Shia LaBeouf. Directing wise, from that movie, I like the quality. It wasn't something that stood out like crazy, but I thought he knew how to tell the story with his camera direction in that movie. I'm not very familiar with a lot of just the superheroes and the villains. There's a lot of just big name ones where obviously you know who they are, like the Joker. In this movie right here, very interesting to see that they're just putting a lot of the evil villains, a lot of the convict villains together to basically have a crazy squad and destroy the evil villains in this movie. So it's like using the evil villains to attack another evil villain. I feel like this was definitely a movie that I would have loved to read some comic books, read some more background stories on. If this Suicide Squad was a real deal comic book style, then I would love to read that. Also with these individual characters as well, don't really know too much of who they are. Watching them in this movie, it was a really cool introduction, but overall just seeing this Suicide Squad for the first time, I could see where there's a lot of Marvel versus DC battle, and I could see now why a lot of Marvel movies do a lot more better, actually have more eyes on them than a lot of the characters from DC, because I feel like the way they represented DC characters in this one, Marvel is kind of doing a little bit better. When I saw that Will Smith's evil character was being represented, Deadshot, I was more of like, whoa, how did this even happen? Who behind the scenes thought that Will Smith would actually be a good actor to play this Deadshot character? When I'm first watching this, honestly, just the word Deadshot, I see a different person. I don't really see Will Smith. Him choosing this role right here, I'm just looking at Will Smith. That's one thing about Will Smith's acting, is that you can tell that it's him from the voice, I mean the look in general. Even him trying to be Ali, you can just see Will Smith in the Ali performance. So I'm just like, this was one of those performances where it kind of brought me back to that perspective of like, I'm just looking at Will Smith. Getting to know Deadshot in this movie, the characteristics of Deadshot is cool. I didn't know that this was Batman's evil villain. We see little moments where Batman shows up and it's Ben Affleck's Batman. Going back to Will Smith, I'm pretty sure Will Smith could see himself do a lot of the stuff that Deadshot's character could do, but I feel like someone else could have played Deadshot, like a different look, maybe an actor who is coming up and could have this role. It could just be a unique look in general, something very fresh, and seeing Will Smith didn't have no uniqueness, no freshness. There's only one moment in this movie where I feel like Will Smith had it in the bag, and it's at the end of the movie where he finally has some time with his daughter, when his daughter says I love you and he says I love you back. Those are like moments that just brought me back to the good acting of In Pursuit of Happiness. Like those are roles where you could see him play in those characters. Him playing like a supervillain DC character like this, I'm just not seeing it at all. I feel like this is just not his style. Men in Black works, really works for him. A reaction similar to that was after my movie watch, was finding out who played the Joker, and it was Jared Leto. I didn't want to spoil myself on who was part of the cast. I actually wanted to just watch it and just absorb it for what it is. So after I saw that Jared Leto played the Joker, I would just say like, I'll at least stand up and give him applaud for this and just sit right back down, because it was like a thank goodness that didn't throw me off. Will Smith was more of the throw me off a little bit, just being integrated in this DC world. Since I've seen him in the movie Morbius and I've seen him in The House of Gucci as well, but seeing him in here, I would say this one actually worked, because I feel like the makeup disguised how I saw him in the other movie, so I couldn't even tell that was him. But the look of Joker definitely had like a modern vibe. It was like a player Joker vibe as well, and I was actually impressed with just this Joker style. The Harley Quinn Joker relationship was an obvious given. It was there, and that's one thing that I'm like, whoa, okay, that's like comic book vibe right there. Whenever you read the Joker or Harley Quinn in any comic book, you know that they're either laughing, saying some crazy psychotic stuff, and I feel like they did represent that in this movie, and it was at that level where you're like, okay, this is keeping it at a good even base. That's something right there where you're like, okay, you're ignoring the PG-13 rating, and then when it goes back to a lot of other moments in this movie, you're like, it's PG-13, they can't take it too far. But Jared Leto as Joker, this one right here was really entertaining. Costume design was great for him, his lines were interesting, interesting. I don't like how the movie ended with him. The final lines and the final moments was exactly how while we watch Jared Leto in other movies when we just give like a face palm for the lines that he just said, and felt like that was a Jared Leto move to say those lines. Margot Robbie plays the character Harley Quinn. After this watch, I'm actually impressed that she did a lot of the stuff that I felt like was straight Harley Quinn. Deep character mode. A lot of her character is out of nowhere. Like, it didn't seem off at all from any moments that she tried to be funny. She put out a performance in this movie where I feel like if people haven't got closer to the Harley Quinn character and just seen it from afar, that this performance might have gotten them a little bit closer to Harley Quinn. I actually like what they did with her in this movie. Her costume design was interesting. Just the whole storyline in general is interesting because this whole battle, I don't know if it's an all-night thing. This movie is like 2 hours, so it's like, dang, this battle is going on for a while. But the costume design, I wish we saw a little bit more from her, and we saw a lot of more pop-out styles. But what she's wearing is definitely straight up pop-out, look at me, girly girl. Before she even turns into that psychotic female, I thought she looked great. Glad that she didn't put down this movie. She was actually those bonus points in this movie. Whenever she had time on screen, she definitely made it worthwhile. Cara Delevingne plays June Moon and Enchantress. It was kind of random for how the movie was kind of flowing. Didn't really understand the love connection with Rick Flag. Very, very awkward. Took me a minute to understand. The CGI, the computer effects, there was just too much of way weird editing. A lot of the stuff that just looked too obvious that maybe they didn't finish or still need to work on. She is a good actress, and I'll just give her the bonus points on her acting whenever she didn't have to deal with a lot of the special effects. Joel Kinnaman, who plays Rick Flag, the lines did fit a comic book vibe. Don't know too much about this character at all. Him interacting with the evil villains, I thought the lines fit very well for when he's on straight attack mode. The acting did kind of look a little bit off with some of these actors, but I feel like the look did fit him. I could see someone else play this character. Viola Davis, she plays Amanda Waller. Her acting was actually good in this movie. It's just one of those things where it's a superhero style movie, so just looking at how she fits in this style movie, she did what she had to do to present that character. Let's see how her character keeps on progressing, and let's see what ends up happening. To be honest, I thought it was a unique, interesting look. I hope she had a great time doing what she had to do in this movie. Jay Hernandez plays the character El Diablo. I thought the way they're introducing him was pretty cool. Just like all the other villains they're introducing, I think they do a good job on those sequences on getting to know who they are. This one right here was one of those things where I'm like, where is this guy at? Where is his character showing up? He actually has like one good moment to show off his skills, and he's acting with Will Smith in that moment. And I'm like, bro, really had to be with Will Smith. I feel like he was somebody that we could have saw a little bit more. I was actually surprised with his acting. I think the backstory fit very well. Since I don't know that look and know this actor, putting him in this position fit hand in hand. Being able to see something new and fresh and stand out, this was exactly his character. He did a good job in this movie. The backstory for his character is pretty wild. They might have done the best backstory with him. What else could this guy do? I feel like they slacked a little bit with him. Adewale A, those are literally the last two first letters of his last name, his middle name as well, but he plays Killer Croc. They do a good job on just that quick introduction of what they got in trouble for, who they are, little fun facts about them. But he was one of those characters as well that I feel like we didn't even see as much. I feel like on his side they were just trying to shine with funny moments with him and not really show that he has a lot of strength. They're just showing a lot of funny moments. They're just trying to show these actors just act, and we're not seeing too much of these superheroes do their thing. Like, if you're a big name like Will Smith, yeah, you're gonna be on screen a whole bunch of times. A big name like Harley Quinn or the Joker, you're gonna see that character more than once. Another thing with this movie I feel like they did very bad was the editing. I feel like the editing in this movie, they just didn't have enough time to finish. It felt like a very rushed type of editing film. A lot of moments in here where it just looks very terrible with the CGI, the special effects. Like, all that does not look like high top tier quality, especially representing DC universe characters. And Batman being in this movie, you would want a lot of crispiness, a lot of crazy, like, this is Gotham style movie. Seeing Ben Affleck's Batman in this movie, which I still need to watch that movie, at times didn't really fit because he didn't even look like the real Batman. He looked like an out of shape Batman. Another thing in this movie that actually surprised me on just of like, what are they doing, was the music score. And a lot of the music in this movie was very terrible. Honestly, the music in this movie felt like a radio station. Terrible choice in the music, and it's very sad that a lot of these moments in here here where it actually does look good. Like when you see guns, when you see like even the costume of them getting ready, like there's moments where it looks very, very good. Like you would want to be on set and see this for what it is. But then there's a lot of moments in here with the music, you're like, oh my gosh, what is going on? Whoever saw this movie in the movie theaters in 2016, what a year to be alive. But man, what a movie to kind of be disappointed at and really want to throw tomatoes at the screen. After my watching the movie Suicide Squad out of 10, I'm gonna have to give this movie a 5 out of 10. So that's my movie review for the movie Suicide Squad. Shout out to you guys for tuning into the video. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace, y'all.